Storm, a comedy game design podcast by two guys who know nothing about comedy nor game design. I'm Trevor Scott, and with me, as always, is Ben Slinger.
Hello, and welcome.
What are we doing tonight?
Well, I was about to ask you the same question, but since you asked
movies.
me first, let's do... Well, I wasn't going to say that. No, I was going to say that because we discussed it earlier. Pull back the curtain a little bit.
Pull back the curtain, and yes, we plan everything.
It's not entirely improvised. What? How dare we? Okay.
We've never improvised before. We're reading off a script right now.
Yeah, this whole time we've been reading off a script. Oh, Trevor, you typoed again. That bit was also in the script, and so was that. Okay, so what we're going to do tonight is...
And you sold it.
Yeah.
I loved it when you wrote that joke, and I loved it even more when you performed it.
We should stop writing...
Just like I did.
We should stop writing just so much praise for ourselves into our script that we pour over for hours every week before performing it.
In fact, this conversation right now is just scripted.
Every little chuckle. Movies. What we're going to do is we have a random movie selection bot. We're each going to get a popular movie from the past. And based on the title...
I never promised popular. I just promised random.
True. Based on either the title or the actual plot of the movie, or maybe just the poster, whatever we want to use as a jumping off point, we will develop a video game. So let's do it.
Okay. Extinction.
The Simpsons in Plusiversary. What the fuck is this? It's some Disney Plus...
Fuck off. Just do it again. Like, that's not a fucking movie. That's a fucking special.
I just didn't know what the fuck it was. All right. Dirty Sexy Saint.
Ooh.
This is like a rom-com sort of
This is the weirdest, this is the weirdest write-up for a movie.
Okay.
I'm going to read it verbatim.
This is Extinction. Is this the one with,
It was 2015, so.
Oh, okay.
I don't get
Natalie Portman? Is that one?
No, that
am I
was
thinking?
That was a different one. So this actually starts with a word that it shouldn't start with.
Okay.
And suddenly, overnight, the world came to a halt. 2 men, 2 survivors, 1 kid, and hatred that separates them. A place forgotten by everyone, including the creatures that inhabit the earth. Until now. It's like, how do you start up a synopsis with "and suddenly"?
There's missing a sentence there. Okay. Extinction, Dirty Sexy Saint. I don't know if we need the synopsis of mine.
No, the words are enough.
The words are enough.
Okay, the Dirty Sexy Saint.
It's got to be some sort of action hero, like.
Oh yeah. He hears of this extinction event that's about to happen.
Okay.
And him being dirty and sexy and a saint. Like, all 3 things of the triumvirate or whatever. Like, he can actually save the world from extinction.
Yeah.
By being dirty, sexy, and saint-like.
Stays dirty and sexy and saint-like.
And it's not dirty as in dirty sexy. Like, no, he's dirty, so he's got
like
muddle
covered in
over
grime.
and then he's sexy. So it doesn't mean that he's getting on with anyone. It just means that he's acting all sexy like.
He just thinks he's sexy. Is this the whole thing where...
And he's a saint because, I don't know, he's performed miracles.
He's performed miracles. Maybe just his name is Saint, or he's got a nickname or something.
Everyone just calls him Saint.
Yeah,
his name's actually Nicholas, but they're just, g'day, Saint.
That's where it came from. Okay, so Dirty Sexy Saint Nick.
He was a mall Santa that got fired.
Yeah, that's definitely been one of his previous jobs. So he's down on his luck. He is, I think he's got to be legitimately sexy.
Yes.
He's got a bit of smolder, and not just because he's, sat on a fire that wasn't entirely put out.
No, he does the blue steel. He does the blue steel thing, and I mean, the reason why he was really fired as a mole Santa is because he's like,
it was too sexy.
He's too cut.
He just radiated.
He's muscular, and people don't want a muscular Santa. They want a Santa that
Well, kids don't want a muscular Santa that radiates animal magnetism. The mums and parents, they were pretty into it. Okay, so this down on his luck fired Santa. Is this like just after he's fired, so he's still wearing the costume?
Still wearing the costume. In fact, he wears it throughout the whole thing. It adds to the sex appeal.
Absolutely. Well, it's definitely one of these things like the Batman Arkham
I was thinking like Batman Arkham thing where it's like it tears in these perfect positions. It's
positions to just let some muscular curves through. The arms rip off and at different points in the game. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I like this as a very much like male exploitation kind of going over the top.
Yeah, he ends up in a loincloth. That's literally all he's
basically
wearing by the end of it. Like
a red and white fluffy loincloth.
And people going, is that a sock in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? And he goes,
Stan doesn't wear socks, baby.
Kielbasa sausage.
So I think though the beginning is that he does see like a vision of the future, some sort of extinction event in his like he's drunk, he's fallen down like this, he's at his dirtiest.
And look, dirty sexy saint literally is just, I mean, I kind of like the idea that we're calling it dirty sexy saint, but really it's just dirty sexy Santa. Like,
basically. I mean, So,
but I think the dirty can even come from, a la that Batman Arkham Asylum-esque thing of he starts in a pristine suit, but by the end, like it's gone through the muck and all this sort of stuff, but he's getting sexier and more.
I think also, I think he starts off down, in a bit of a downswing. He is dirty and grimy, but as he like fights his way through the
car wash,
whatever we end up doing,
gets washed a little bit.
There's a car wash level. That's where he loses one of the arms of the Santa suit. It gets caught up in the spinners,
the rollers,
the rollers. Tears it off his arm, but yes, he's basically cleaned up at that point. Comes out all shiny and glistening.
You think that he's dead, and then you see the silhouette
coming out of the like misty, the mist coming up from the spray. Yeah.
Oh, the bad guys just think, we threw him onto that car. We saw his suit get, dragged up inside. We saw what looked like blood.
Oh yeah, they just see like the arm of the suit comes flinging out all wet and what they think is bloody, but it's
actually Bloody Mary.
It's hot wax or something. I don't know why to be red, but
it's his Bloody Mary. It's his
right. He had a drink at the time. He was recovering from his hangover,
and he comes out and he's chewing on the celery and it's like, "You spilled my drink, motherfucker."
He's got the celery sticking out of his teeth like a toothpick.
Oh, I fucking love it.
That's great. Okay, so this is very much this extinction event then is some sort of villain created thing. Like they're gonna set off a nuke or something.
Oh yeah, they're gonna
make a nuke.
Yeah, they're gonna like literally tear the world in half.
Literally, like they've built a huge robot. It's just going to grab it in two hands and just tear it like a
twist.
Twist it
like an Oreo,
like an Oreo. There you go. I was going to say like a Kinder Surprise egg. Just crack it open.
Get at the chewy goodness. It's because they're iron magnets and they want to get at the core, the chewy core center where all the molten ore, molten iron is.
Yeah. They haven't really thought it through because there's going to be no one left to sell it to, but maybe they've made a deal with some aliens for the iron core of the planet. I mean, this is the level of ridiculousness that this sort of game calls for, I think, this sort of story. Okay.
It's like, you mean you're going to twist the earth open like an Oreo? And everyone goes, oh, yeah. Like, you know exactly how they're going to do it.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's right. And then we're going to...
That's not a Dyson
We're going to lick out the creamy center.
That's not a Dyson sphere. That's a Dyson vacuum cleaner. It's going to suck out the...
So it's a Lex Luthor type. I was gonna bring in an Elon Musk thing, but he's too dumb to pull anything like this off. It's a Jeff Bezos type.
Yep.
/ Lex Luthor, where he's actually been building what he was saying was a Dyson sphere to power give free energy to the entire planet.
But really, it was just a massive Dyson vacuum cleaner.
In fact, a massive Dyson vacuum cleaner to suck out the creamy molten iron center of the Earth.
Yep.
After
it's got a big tongue. Just lick out the center. You know what? I know this is absolutely fucking insane.
Yeah.
But I think the twisting does happen.
Yeah.
And it does kind of open up.
Oh, I see. Right, that he doesn't completely prevent that bit from happening, but then he somehow manages to take over the robot and reverse it and
yeah, and
you've got one of those scenes like Superman. Is it Superman 1 or 2? Whichever one has the reverse in time or something.
Oh no, I think because I literally want to see people building bridges across this huge chasm and stuff.
It's just it's just the new state of the world is that there's a massive cabin. Yes, a massive
chasm.
Chasm. That's the word I was trying to think of, and then I thought, a massive chasm. Yes, is it across the equator?
The ocean is just
just sinking into it totally.
Not continuously, so you're not losing all the water. I think the way it's sort of done is sort of sheared up a little bit on the sides and all that sort of stuff. But now the flat earthers know for a fact that it's not flat Earth. They thought it was two Earths together, and that's how it would actually work, like an Oreo cookie. That
that's actually you actually run into some people at some point who. That's what they believe, not just that it's a single flat Earth, but that it's two flat Earths with
sandwiched together with creamy goodness in the middle,
with all the molten iron in between, like an Oreo.
And that's why Australia is on the down under. No one's ever been to Australia.
Yeah, that's right.
The only way you can get there is to be jaunted. Oh god,
there's tunnels going between. Through the...
I just made a reference to a book that no one's actually read, so...
Oh, Stephen King?
Yeah.
The Jaunt? Oh, yeah. I know that one. Yeah. It's a great little short story.
It's so fucking good. Supposedly there's a movie coming out, about it.
That's cool.
If you haven't, read it, you gotta read it.
Just pause the podcast, go and read it. It's only 10, 15-minute short story.
Yeah.
To read. It's great.
It's about instantaneous travel, and it's about how we get from Earth to Mars, and
you have to stay asleep.
Yep, really do. You really do. 3, 2, 1, movie.
Yeah.
Final. No. Ugh.
Final destination of 3.
Okay. Upgrade.
Ooh.
The Lee Winnell horror movie.
Okay, I haven't seen that one. Is that recent?
2018. Basically, a guy gets mugged. I'll read it. A brutal mugging leaves Grey Trace paralyzed in the hospital and his beloved wife dead. A billionaire inventor soon offers Trace a cure, an artificial intelligence implant called STEM that will enhance his body. Now able to walk, Grey finds out that he also has superhuman strength and agility, skills that he uses to seek revenge against the thugs who destroyed his life.
Oh, cool.
It's actually
RoboCop, but a horror.
Yeah. It's
fun. Really
quite cool and kind of fucked up. As all Lee Winnell sort of films are, given that he came up with Saw and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
With
it's come a long way since Recovery. Do you remember he was on that?
Yes. Oh fuck! Wow. That takes me back. I used to love Recovery.
It's great.
See, kids, there was this show called Rage that used to be on the ABC.
Rage.
And then Recovery was after you stayed up all night watching Rage, then you'd recover
with music. It's Saturday morning, Saturday morning, I think.
Saturday or Sunday, either one.
I can't remember
Rage ran all night.
No, but the Recovery was only on one of the days.
Yeah. On one of the days, yeah.
It was wacky. It was music interviews. It was very 90s.
Oh, yeah. Loved it. What was your movie again?
Final Destination the Third.
Final Destination the Third. That's the one with a roller coaster.
It is the one with the roller coaster. I think everyone knows the general premise of Final Destination, but this is the one with a roller coaster. Now, I don't know that we need to use the Final Destination here.
I just like the idea of Grey Trace gets paralyzed after a roller coaster accident.
Maybe this is just a game where you upgrade roller coasters.
With artificial intelligence.
No, all right, so we can bring in the roller coaster if you like. That's fine. That's fun. That's a bit of I like that as the opening scene.
There was a video that I literally saw on Twitter yesterday that has these people that on this ride, and as it's going, it's at one of these, set up over the weekend sort of rides. Yeah. As it's spinning, you see it rocking backwards.
Oh my God.
And it's like all these people just get up and they just start hanging on and trying to counterbalance and all this sort of stuff. I'm just imagining what if that didn't happen and everything crashed and, basically this guy's life has been destroyed from
we have a tragic roller coaster accident. Let's make it though, just because it's too cliched to fridge the wife and child that we fridged the husband.
And the child survived because this child didn't like roller coasters. So
yes. Or they just didn't have kids. If we don't need a child for the story, then they just didn't have kids. She lost.
This is an alternate universe in which she didn't have kids.
Well, I mean, I think this is we can come up with our own story. It's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, tragic roller coaster ride. Whoever this woman is, her husband dies. Is she injured then as well? And this is why she needs upgrades, or
yeah, I think she's not fully paralyzed. I think just maybe her legs are paralyzed, and I don't know. I kind of like the idea of as she, gets this upgrade that she thinks is actually going to improve her life. I don't know. Maybe it can just be a sort of a nice little story about showing that she doesn't actually need an upgrade. She's fine the way she is.
Or instead of a nice little story, maybe she actually
it's fucking scary.
is trying to Frankenstein her husband back together mechanically
with AI.
Yeah, with AI. Maybe he doesn't die immediately. Maybe she's an AI researcher or like some sort of neurological researcher.
She's got the powers of Tears of the Kingdom, and she can fuse body parts together.
Someone's been playing too much Zelda.
You fucking betcha.
No, I think she takes the opportunity in his dying moments to copy his brain onto the computer, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
This is her area of expertise.
Yeah.
He dies. And then
did she take a scan kind of like from Wild Wild West? How they take the scan of the last thing that they see, and they can see do you remember that movie?
I remember the movie. I don't remember that
where
aspect of it.
The guy's head gets taken off, and they take a photo of what was there on his retina, and they see literally his head being taken off.
I just watched a Doctor Who episode where that was also a plot point. No, I think
I love that you're finally into Doctor Who because
it's nearly 8 seasons into it now.
Ooh, nearly Peter Capaldi.
Yeah, I think we've got one episode left of Matt Smith.
Did you watch the movie?
Is there a movie?
Yeah, the Day of the Doctor, I think it was.
Let me look it up. This is all obviously a diversion. It's because it depends on how Stan's got it.
3 doctors.
Depends on how
3 doctors.
Stan's got it. There were 3 doctors.
Yes.
Let me just see. What was the last
You should have already seen it.
What was the last thing? 3 doctors.
Oh, no, then you may not be up to it yet. Like, there are a number of specials.
Oh, the Day of the Doctor?
Day of the Doctor.
Okay, that's the next. There's 2 more we've got. Right, yeah. Okay, then these are longer. Yeah, they do generally put the specials in there as episodes at the end.
Yeah. So
we've technically, I think, finished the season then, I suppose, and then we've got the specials.
What was the last episode that you saw?
The Name of the Doctor, which is where
River Song came back?
Yes.
Good. Yeah,
and
that's the next episode.
Out that, like,
there was the War
Clara
Doctor.
went into the like into his time fucking line or whatever.
Cool. I mean, sorry, listeners, that you just heard that, but you know what? I love Doctor Who, so I'm leaving it in.
Don't leave all that in. We're not leaving a Doctor Who diversion in.
Fine.
About where we're watching. Now I've completely forgotten. No, okay. So yeah, I think she like scans his brain, and then it is a bit of a horror thing though. Of he doesn't come. It's sort of like a pet cemetery. He doesn't come back quite right.
So she tries again.
Oh well, yeah, okay. What you think? That's interesting, actually. Well,
inefficient cloning. Yeah, where have I heard that before? Every time she brings him back, every time she brings him back, it's just one little bit worse.
No. I think that. In the way that in Jurassic Park they replaced the missing DNA with frog DNA, she's replacing missing parts of his brain with AI.
Yeah.
Filling in the gaps, but she can't quite get it right.
She unfortunately used, the Bing AI, not ChatGPT 4.
So he can search the internet, but he's like goes a little bit
wrong information
insane.
all the time.
Gets into weird loops and gets aggressive.
It's like, I'm sorry, that's against my programming. You're a human.
As a large language model, I can't do dirty talk.
Oh, no. A 3, 2, 1 click.
SWAT under siege.
Stuart Little. I don't know. I really want to see a mouse in SWAT gear.
I know. Stuart Little grows up, becomes a fucking cop.
No, SWAT agent. Like, first day on the job, like, all these humans and this tiny little mouse with a shotgun.
Oh, my God. Breach.
Hugh Laurie's there as his dad going, what the fuck?
Where did I go wrong?
Oh, I'm just...
I don't know if there's a game there, but that's a fucking great image.
It's just going across, and they're all lined up, and it's literally...
And you just get to an empty spot, and it pans down.
And it pans down as this tiny little mouse. This white mouse.
All decked out, sunnies on.
White mouse, wearing all black and, got this tiny little shotgun. Or he's got a normal sized one.
He's got a normal sized shotgun.
And, he's got like, I don't know, what looks like a walker, and he's just walking it along, like holding it around where the trigger is. And he can I don't know what the game is. But
I don't know what the game is. The only game I can think of there is that we actually shift it to...
It's basically... You remember SWAT 4? It's that, but you're tiny.
Yeah, well, it is that, but you're arresting other... like small creatures and things. Like, so it is.
I don't think that existed in that world. I think Stuart Little, he was the only one who could talk.
Well,
so
okay,
therefore,
it doesn't have to literally be Stuart Little necessarily. There were other mice in his world. Like, I think, and actually, if you read the books, I'm pretty sure there are other mice he talks to. Anyway, I think let's just 3, 2, 1 movie it. I don't think you can get better.
I fucking love
that
it.
Image.
Just that image. It's so fucking good. It really is. Like, thank you, comedy gods. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, so good.
Cranston Academy. Monster Zone.
Light of my life.
Okay.
Yours sounds better. Monster University, basically.
Yeah, I never heard of it.
So think Disney's Monsters University, but really fucking gory. Horror movie version.
Oh, okay. It's like Cronenberg's Monsters.
Yeah.
Why are they at university? Like, it's still, there still has. I find it hard for it to be not comedic for any sort of monstrous beings to just be at a university. Why are they? They're monsters by night, but during the day they got to keep a job, man. Like, how else do you fill all those? That's fine, but that's comedic.
How else do you fill all those call centers?
Call centers, did you say?
Yeah. Well, they can't be in viewing distance of someone.
Right,
so
they've got a voice for call
is,
centers and radio.
Yeah, and and podcasting.
Don't give it away, Trevor.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, in this movie, it's a human who gets transferred.
Yep.
To a boarding school and opens a portal of monsters from another dimension.
I mean, I kind of like the idea that is actually what happens, but like they get there and it's all Cronenbergian like monsters of.
Yeah, so maybe this is
Have you seen the movie Society?
No.
Okay, there's this scene at the end of Society and they basically upper class people are actually a different race to normal human, and they go through this thing called the shunting.
The shunting.
And it is one of the weirdest fucking scenes ever.
Okay. I feel like we've talked about this on the podcast before.
Yeah, I think we have. Basically, let's do that.
No, let's not have any shunting. That's not appropriate for students at the school. But I kind of like the idea of kind of a bully-like game.
Yes.
Because we love bully. Like, we love the open world school environment is just cool.
It really makes me want to install it on my Steam
with portals to a monstrous Cronenbergian dimension that are popping up, and you're having to, disrupting your school.
Can we do it without the troublesome like panty raid bullshit that they had in Bully?
Yeah. Of course, yes. I don't think we're not doing any of the Animal House misogynistic shit.
Oh, even worse. Like, do you know what was worse than Animal House? Revenge of the Nerds. It is the worst thing. There's a college humor sketch where they go through all these different things. I'll play it for you after this.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I think I've seen it, but yes, we can watch it. So I kind of just like that idea of having to balance like going to classes and relationships with the other students and extracurricular activities and fighting demons. Fighting monsters, almost a bit of a Buffy vibe as well.
Regular college stuff that everyone does,
Yeah.
First love, experiment a little bit, kill some demons.
Yeah, first monster kill. A lot of firsts in college.
Yeah. First kiss.
With the monster.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it had a lot of lips. Shunt the badger. I think we've made it to the end of another episode somehow.
Yeah, why not?
Thank you for joining us this week on Bitstorm. If you'd like to find our previous episodes, go to podchaser.com/Bitstorm. They're all up there. Tell us what you think shunting is in a review.
Jesus Christ. Please don't take Ben's suggestion there. If you like the song that we play at the start and end of each episode, that song is called Mount Defiance off of the album Containment Failure. Go check it out. It's by the band Career Dust. Go find it.
That's right. So thank you again for joining us this week on Bitstorm. I'm Ben Slinger.
I'm Trevor Scott. And I'm Stuart Little. Busting into a spot. Go get him, fellas.
I'm just picturing that. Just go some fucking music over the top.